A lot of people talk about, is AEW making money or are they losing money?
After yesterday, Jesus. All right, so...
Except for Punk's puncture wound squirting. Did you see that up close? It was squirting out of his head. Oh. That's pretty good.
What do you think? That was real? Did you think that was real blood then? Or did you think that was something?
Oh, it's 100%. He hit a vein. That's all. He hit the vein. So when he was hung up, I saw it at first because it was a welt. It was hanging out, and it was like on the heartbeat squirting. And I was like, oh, I mean, did you see the whole thing where now out there they're putting the ROH promo that Punk did? And that's what MJF was screaming at him during. He was screaming about the snake and the devil thing. That was interesting. Yeah, I thought that was pretty good.
I'm sure that was done. After we do this story, skip the next two stories on my list and just go back to and start with Sasha. Okay.
Okay.
We can save those for next week because we're going to go so long. Sure. So because I did want to talk about the AEW pay-per-view, but I think we'll just do a couple of predictions and run and move on. But yeah, so talking about this company, there was a tweet sent out to me this week when I was laughing. Sometimes you have to ridicule this guy. This guy does not come across well on television. Like, he came across really badly yesterday, and everybody was like, "Oh, you hate AEW," and then they start tweeting me these figures. So some idiot tweeted me revenue, right? Yeah. Showing me that AEW had done like 90 million revenue, and it was all laid out, and that's probably correct. But revenue is not profit. The definition of revenue is what you have coming in. It doesn't take any consideration into overall
who he's paying,
outgoings and profits.
Yeah.
Now, the most significant thing here, and I'm just going to go back to my Twitter again, is that. Hold on, did I actually tweet this out, or did I send it to you? No, it is a tweet. The most significant thing is that their wage bill doesn't even cover what they're making from television, right? Mm-hmm. So that they don't have a load of income coming in. Yeah, they do house shows and whatnot, but I mean, house shows are not massively profitable for the WWE. So what is an AEW house show pulling in?
Yeah, and at the same time, I'm thinking, well, does TNA make a dime? TNA's got to be in the hole 50 times worse.
What do you mean, in terms of what?
You're saying AEW's not making money.
But what's the budget of TNA, though? That's the difference.
I don't know, but nonetheless, you're still losing money. So, and the guy has more money than God, so... Even if he wants, I understand this project is not going to be turning over money immediately, and you have to crack some eggs to make that omelet. So him getting bigger people talent-wise, I don't think it's something that, I mean, look at when Vince went Attitude Era and tried to beat WCW. He even said, give it this amount of time. It's not going to happen in the next 3 months or anything. It's going to take time to snowball and get going. So I understand that it's going to take a while, and we can't expect it to be, making profit that quickly.
Okay.
Yeah, it does have problems. Good.
Here we go. Half of AEW's revenue, right, is their television. So they have 90 million coming in. 45 million comes from television. Do you want to guess how much the top 12 earners earn in the company?
Altogether, how much they earn, the top 12?
The top 12. There are a dozen. Ooh. There are a dozen guys who are on a certain amount, and MJF is not one of them.
And that's per year what they get, all 12 together.
Be quick.
Oh God, I would say over $40 million at least.
Okay, well that's too high. But the top 12 earners in AEW earn $35 million, right?
Oh, I'm not that far off. Okay.
All of these guys are earning $2 million a year or more. But the first three names I'm going to mention are making $5 million. Moxley, Jericho, Punk, $5 million a year. Then you drop down to Kenny and Bryan, who are on $3 million. Then you have all these $2 million guys. Sting, Malachi back, Christian, Hangman Page on his new contract, Adam Cole, the Young Bucks on their new contract. These guys are making $35 million between them. Now, if you look at the next bracket of people, MJF, what are you thinking of your MJF? Because you renewed a new deal and you're actually making less than these guys, although he ended up getting double what he signed for in the first place. So MJF is on around about $1.5 million a year. And then you have a whole load of people like Miro who are also on that as well. So their wage bill just for the first 20 people in their company, their top 20 guys, blow all of the TV deal. Then you've got to pay about 50 more after that, right? So that eats away. All of their revenue is eaten up by the fact that they are paying out this ridiculous wage bill. Now, I understand that this company were projected to lose $100 million across their first 5 years. That was the plan. They are losing way, way more than that. I can tell you of $80 million that I learned of Tony Khan spent just this year, 40 on that ROH and 40 on a video game that he's developing from scratch, right? Mm-hmm. These companies are just throwing money down the toilet. They're going to be well over 100 million losses in 5 years. They're going to lose well over 100 million this year. So when people turn around and go, "Oh, this is going to be competition or whatever," it's not. It's a toy. It's a toy where some dude is going to lose 100 million in 2022, right? He may make it back. They may sell copies of the video games. This ROH thing may end up being, profitable. But how? Because they can't sell out their TV. They can't sell out the house shows. And what did you actually buy? Because I was talking in a group chat to people about this, and we pointed out the fact that WCW was purchased for $2.4 million, right?
Yeah. That
was an insane library where you've got the Hogans, Pipers, NWO, Stings, Ric Flairs.
Yeah.
All of the Starcades, all that historical stuff that you're buying. And then you also acquired 40 talents that still had a contract on Time Warner, right? We know they didn't get Goldberg, the NWO, all that, but they got 40 talents or 45 talents. There are no talents on this deal. So he has ended up paying $40 million with no talent for a video library and the initials. The initials of ROH mean nothing to anybody but Marks. The initials of WCW meant a lot. Because not only did you purchase the initials of WCW, you purchased the trademarks of the NWO and everything else. And then you can make money off the NWO. And you still do to this day. NWO has not left the top 10 T-shirts since 2002. Right? Mm. So you continue to make that money year in and year out.
There you go.
Exactly. What are you going to make? What are you going to make from ROH? What are you going to make from the ROH video library? What did you buy? If you knew, which you did, that you overbought all of this talent, that you've wasted money on everybody that's come in, with your Christians doing nothing, and Malachi Black's doing nothing, and Miro's doing nothing, and
Malachi's doing something.
What, that tag thing?
Him with his little group and all that kind of stuff. I mean, he's doing something. I was thinking, is he going to use ROH as his minor league system? All those guys that he has that before he bought bigger names.
But why not buy something? Why
make something else, right?
Like you've got
because it's an established name.
How established is it? To who?
Well, I mean, we've all know about ROH. I don't know what television it's on. When it used to be on regular TV, I used to watch back when Eddie Kingston was around. I love Eddie Kingston, and I've liked him since ROH, and it was with Austin Aries and all them. So that's when I used to watch ROH way back, and then it went off of TV. And I was like, okay, that was when Nigel McGuinness was champion and all that kind of stuff. And
that's worth $40 million to you.
No,
as opposed to creating a developmental territory. So you could have created your own NXT, and you could have created a brand split. You could have done something like that. But instead, you end up buying ROH, which doesn't mean anything to anybody except, their audience, which I guess, is something because it's their
That
audience.
is true.
But,
it's their audience, yeah. But here's the
40
question,
mil-
too. If you have that much money and they go, well, you can make a whole new brand, and you go, they already have a following, and I know I'm pretty much just buying a name, but I have the money. I don't want to waste my time building something else. I don't care. You have the money. And we've done that with smaller things in life where you go, I could buy it today for this amount of money, or I could order it and wait 3 weeks. I'll pay you the extra $100 right now. I don't care. I need it today. Do you think that might be the case?
I don't get what he announced it on his television show, right?
Yeah.
Everybody that watches ROH already watches AEW. I guarantee you. So if he used that 15 minutes of TV to announce it, he could have used the same 15 minutes to announce a developmental territory or a brand split. He didn't buy something. You're making it sound like, oh, I could grow something over here, but ROH already have 500,000 people who are different fans, who are different viewers to AEW. That's just simply not true. They're the same.
Yeah, I do get that they're on the same one. I like I said, I think he's buying a name and like it's quote unquote established already. So that's, and I just think that he has so much money, he doesn't even care. It's like he can do what he wants because he has all that money. So it's like, why bother? So